All right, so today is going to be a short video. This is day 4 of the Peleliu Challenge. Again, the Peleliu Challenge is a 12-day fitness challenge that we're doing through Team RWB, Team Red, White, and Blue, El Paso, in conjunction with Team RWB Nationals Warrior Wellness Challenge. And so, again, I would like to recommend that if you have not joined Team RWB, that you go to teamwb.org, join, download the app so that you can be up to date on all of the challenges and the events happening locally here in El Paso and nationally. The Peleliu Challenge is also brought to you by the Tom Lee Institute and the Veterans One Stop. Tom Lee was an El Paso artist who grew up here in El Paso, became a muralist working during the New Deal, and was a war art correspondent for Time magazine during World War II. Went in on the Battle of Peleliu with the Marines, and so the Peleliu Challenge, we're remembering those Marines who fought, many of whom died in the Battle of Peleliu. And so this again is a 12-day fitness challenge, right? And so today's art by Tom Lee, we'll get a close-up in a few minutes. Sick bay and a shell hole. And so the Padre stood by with 2 canteens and a Bible helping. He was deeply and visibly moved by the patient's suffering and death. He looked very lonely, very close to God, as he bent over these shattered men so far from home. Corpsmen put a poncho, a shirt, a rag, anything handy over the gray faces of the dead and carried them to a line on the beach under a tarpaulin to await the digging of graves. And so this was in Peleliu, a book by Tom Lee, Peleliu Landing. And so this is how Tom Lee described, and then the painting that he portrayed that event, right? And so basically on an active recovery day, we want to do things like walking, swimming, cycling, yoga, tai chi, and a lot of stretching, because those first 3 days of the challenge for many of us might have been challenging, and we might have some sore muscles now. And so we don't want to just sit around and allow those muscles to get tight on us, or to allow the soreness to remain. And so some light activity that can help us to get the blood flowing, help us to loosen up those muscles, and then stretching so that we can extend those muscles and get prepared for day 5 of the challenge. All right, and to continue on. One thing that we definitely don't want anybody to do is to give up. Please modify each day of the challenge so that you're able to push yourself, but yet not overexert yourself. And so I know it can be challenging for those who haven't been exercising in a while. So again, please don't over push yourselves. All right, and so at the Album Park today, we are going to walk around the park. Again, some people will choose to walk, some might choose to jog, but we are going to do at least a mile, maybe up to 3 miles around the park. So those of you who can't make it out to Album Park today, please find either cycling, go out and just for a nice easy ride, jump in a pool, swim for a little while, whatever you can do. Okay, so I'm just gonna stretch a little bit here. All right, you wanna hold the stretches a little bit longer on an active recovery day. You know, again, after you warm up, we don't really wanna stretch cold muscles. And so you stretch it out. Right, and I also want to remind you that there are a series of events being put on by the Tom Lee Institute. The overall campaign, so to speak, is called Combat to Canvas. and this is going to be a series of events that are centered on Tom Lee's art from World War II. And so November 15th, a gallery will open with Tom Lee's war art, World War II art, at the Veterans One stop on the east side. That exhibit will stay there until January, where it will move to UTEP and be on exhibit up there at UTEP on November 15th. I have to check my dates, but in November 15th there will be a event at the Eagle War Museum in Anthony, and so these are all free events, and so please come out and see them. For all of the Tom Lee events, you can go to tomlee.org and check those out. There are also flyers that are available around town. If anybody needs to, you can respond or make a comment on this video, and we can send out the events to you. All right, so I'm gonna butterfly. Stretch out. Again, you want to hold these. You don't want to push too far to the level of pain, but you do want to have enough pressure so that you're actually stretching and extending the muscles. Okay, so again, it's a relaxed day, beautiful, some overcast, giving us a little bit of shade today. So also with Team RWB, if you check us out, you can find yoga classes, you can find just rest and relaxation. You can also find various, everything from rucking, hiking, to cycling, swimming. So there's just a host of challenges and activities that we do on a monthly basis to try to help anyone. Again, we are a veterans organization, but everybody is welcome, because if you're not a veteran, you can support veterans. And so the veterans are trying to lead the wellness campaign in America to try to make us healthier. And so, okay. All right, next we're gonna do a little bit of shoulder stretching. So we're gonna bring our right arm across. We're gonna stretch over this. And again, it's important to, start out slow. You don't want to go to the gym and put a bunch of weights on and then get so sore that you're not going to come back. And that happens all too often, and it's a cycle of start and stop. And what you want to do is start a program slowly, and at first you're probably not going to see a lot of results, but over time, if you stick with it, you'll see those results. And so if you haven't been doing anything in a long time, start slowly walking, introducing maybe some aerobic exercise, then slowly putting in some weights. Also, I would suggest that you look at our nutrition and see different recipes or different challenges that are food related that will help you to take into consideration what you're eating. And remember, what we put into our bodies is important, because especially if we start a new exercise program, our nutritional needs are going to change. And so we need to make sure that we change what we're eating. We need to try to also possibly reduce certain calorie intakes, right? Now, we definitely need to make sure that we know our physical needs, our health needs. We may need to talk to our physicians to ensure that we're addressing those, and especially if we have anything like high blood pressure or diabetes. And so make sure that you check with your physician and ensure that you're eating properly so that you address those concerns. Right? And so it's important. And it's also, here at Team RWB, we're trying to create a community that can work out and exercise together to support one another. And so we highly suggest that you log in, that you post, and that way you can get support. If you're out running or you want some people to go out with you to exercise, please post that, and hopefully there'll be others who want to meet you at a park or to just support you. Even if, hopefully family members you can bring along with you as well. If you have friends who need support, please recommend Team RWB to them. So again, it's Team RWB, red, white, and blue. And so we are a national veterans organization. This is finishing up on 15 years. And so that RWB has been addressing the wellness needs of the veteran community and others, right? All right, so again, after you get some really good stretching out of the way, then I would suggest walking, swimming, cycling, some yoga, tai chi. You can find some really great videos online. Let me show you up close the picture. Sorry for that. And so this is Sick Bay in a Shell Hole by Tom Lee. All right, guys, so get some rest, make sure you stretch, and we'll see you tomorrow.